It's Parshas Bereishis. It's part 2. Welcome to Torah Anytime, Facebook, all the places it's listening. My friends, listen to this beautiful idea. The Sifsei Kayan tells us there's a way to understand Psukim based on the last letter of the Posuk and the first letter of the Posuk. But not just the last letter and the first letter, but the gematria of the last letter and the gematria of the first letter. A beautiful, beautiful idea. So listen to this amazing idea. The very first Posuk in Torah, Bereishis bara Elokim Eisa Shemayim ve'Eisa Aretz. The first letter is a beis, and the last letter is a tzaddik. If you take the miloi, which means you spell out the letter beis, beis yud sof, and you spell out the tzadi, dalid yud. It's tzadi, not tzaddik, by the way. Yeah, it's tzadi. That's how you do it. So the gematria of those two letters combined in the miloi is 516. Listen to this. It's amazing, incredible. Listen to this. 516 is the exact gematria of ahavas chinam, love for nothing, which means it's the opposite of sinas chinam. HaKadosh Baruch Hu says the entire first pasuk of the Torah, which really summarizes the entire Torah in general, is built on ahavas chinam. It means that I love someone without reason, without cause. It's unconditional love. Now, you could say, what do you mean? Do I love everybody? No, there's people that are mazik you, that are harming you, that are hurting you. You can still give them love. You have to protect yourself, for sure. But the basis of Torah is avas chinam, is unconditional love. It means that I see there's a person here that was created by Hashem. And if you can find the person that wasn't created by Hashem, then you don't have to love that person. But otherwise, avas chinam. Now, why is it so important? Because Rabbi Akiva says, Amar Rabbi Akiva, v'yahavta l'recha kamocha, zeh klal gadol b'Torah. Loving your fellow Jew like yourself is a klal gadol. It's the foundation on which the entire Torah is built. If you look at the 48 ways that the Torah is acquired, most of them have to do with bein adam l'chavero, tons of them. So if you don't have that yesod, you're missing. And it's built into the very first pasuk of Bereishis. That's number one. Number two, a beautiful, beautiful idea. The same gematria of 516 is Ashira, I will sing. Ashira will sing. Hashem says the whole Bereishis is about singing to Hashem. It's about singing in life. It's not just do it. Anything you can't get out of, get into wholeheartedly. You got to do it anyway. Don't just do it. Enjoy it. Find a way to sing. And more importantly, sing to Hashem. Hashem wants to lave. And we said if you rearrange the letters of Bereishis, it's Shir Ta'av. Hashem desires song. And that's Perek Shira. Hashem wants us to sing. And that's what life's about. If you're trying to say an idea and it doesn't fit into the words, it breaks into poetry. If poetry is not enough, it breaks into song. It's not enough. Good, go a little further. So many beautiful ideas about Parshas Bereishis. It's chaval for us not to relate to these things. If you want to go further, there's another idea. 516 is the exact gematria of bibalusoi, in the baalut, in the mastery, in the ownership of Hashem. It's also the same gematria of 516 of malchusecha, which means everything about life. Everything about this whole world is all about bringing out the fact that Hashem runs the world. He's the kaina, He's the boire, He's the creator. He runs the world, and we are His creations. Another incredible idea about Bereishis, Beis, and Sadi. The first letter, the last letter is 516 when you write it the Miloi. It's the same exact gematria is the Ovid Rahmana Latav Ovid. Whatever Hashem does, He does for the good. Rabbi Yisai, this is incredible. The entire Bria, the whole world, is created for the good of the Jewish people, for the good of the creations. It's incredible. Now, you don't always feel that way at the beginning. Maybe it's not so clear. There's 3 levels of good. One level is called mo'il. Mo'il means something that is beneficial, even though it tastes not so good. Like medicine may be good, or certain vitamins, things like that, or exercise. In the beginning, it doesn't feel so good, but you know it's beneficial. But it doesn't taste good right now. Then there's arev, something that's sweet. It tastes good, it tastes delicious, but it's horrible for you, like candy and things of that sort. And then there's tov. Tov is something that's essentially good. Everything Hashem, kol mai da'ovid rachman latav ovid. Everything Hashem does, He does for the tov. Not just so that it should be arev, it should be sweet, or not just it should be moel, it should be good, but it tastes disgusting. It means ultimately it's going to be tov. It's the ultimate good. It's going to taste good, and it's going to be good. That's the exact gematria of da'ovid rachman latav ovid. What Hashem does, He does for the good. Right in the first pasuk of Bereishis. It's amazing. Now, go further. Another beautiful, beautiful idea. 516, which is the first letter and the last letter, if you write B'miloi, is the exact gematria of asay mitzvah, do a mitzvah. The entire Bria is telling us, the entire creation is telling us, get involved in doing mitzvahs. That's what it's about. When you look at the world, you have to feel that Hashem is telling me, do mitzvahs. This is why I made this whole world here. It's just one big gym. You go to a gym, what do you make a gym for? To exercise, right? What do you go to Beis Medrash for, Lahavdil? To learn Torah. When you go into Beis Medrash, there's Sfarim everywhere. What do you think? I think you see in the back there's a bunch of Sfarim there. What do you think? You think this is a place for learning. You go into a gym, this exercise, it's a place for exercise. The whole world is a place for mitzvahs. Why did Hashem make it? Ask. But Baluso, it's in his Bailos, Malchusacha, you're the master. It's all because HaKadosh Baruch Hu is making us the opportunity to do mitzvahs. And it goes even further. If you want to go for it, it's an incredible idea, one after the other. It also says, Lev, Neshama, V'guf. It says the Lev, which means the heart, the Neshama, which is the soul, and the Guf is the body. Rabbi Yisai, listen to this. Just like the mitzvah, the whole Bria tells us to do asay mitzvah, to do a mitzvah, it's also telling us, I want you to serve me with your heart, your emotions, and your body, and your neshama, all three. So the world says, asay mitzvah, 5:16, and it says, guf, lev, neshama. It's amazing. The world is, you could look at the world and say there's something missing here. We don't have everything we need. But HaKadosh Baruch Hu makes asali kol tzarki. Baruch atah Hashem, she'asali kol tzarki. Hashem gives me everything I need. The gematria of 5:16 is also the gematria of Olam Shalem, a complete world. Everything that we need in our individual world is given to us. You should never feel like, look, if I only had this one thing, then I could really serve Hashem properly. No, Hashem is telling us, if I'm in this situation, it may be hard. I want the money for the electric bill. I want more kayaks so I can do this. I want who knows what. If I have more backers, I can open up my own yeshiva, or I can build that mikvah, or I can give money to that tzedakah. You wish you could do it. But HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, it's Olam Shalem. Whatever world you're in right now is a complete world that's exactly what you need. And it goes further. There are so many times in life you feel like, why is this tzaddik suffering? Why is that happening? In this world, everyone knows that the cheshbon is not completed. There are terrible Rishayim, chas v'chalila, that do terrible things, and they die happy. They seem to be doing okay. They die like relatively safe. And the other things are great tzaddikim in the world, and they are so overburdened with such difficulties. Why is that? So Kadosh Baruch Hu was telling you the real cheshbon happens in the next world. But in this world, what's the gematria of 5:16? Of Beis and Tzaddik, what's the gematria? Exact gematria of Tzaddik v'raloi. A tzaddik and there's evil to him. What that means is, in this world, you're not going to see everything complete. You're going to see certain things that are not going to be in the chitzoni way, because we said the word Bereishis means bara, which means bar, it means outside in Aramis. It's an outside view. It's not the inside what's really going on here. So if you see that, just know, HaKadosh Baruch Hu was telling you at the beginning, don't think everything's going to be perfect. And we've said many times that this Sefer Bereishis is called Sefer Ha'esanim, Sefer Eitanim. Eitanim means the mighty ones. It means Avram, Yitzchak, and Yaakov. And how do you see that? So the gematria of the first letter, Beis, and the last letter, Tzadi, if you spell it out as 5:16, is the exact gematria of Ha'esanim, the mighty ones. So Kadosh Baruch was telling you the same word from 6 different directions. Now there's one more amazing one which is incredible. You know, you can go through life and feel like there's so much to do. People talk about getting out there and maximizing yourself. And some days you feel like you wake up and you feel kind of scared. You feel kind of nervous. Maybe you feel kind of tired. It's like, I don't know how I'm going to do all this. And you say, how am I going to finish the job? Hashem says, Lo alecha amlacha ligmor. It's not on you to finish the job, right? V'lo ata ben chorin leba tel mimena. But you're not free to stop working. You got to do as much as you can. Each day, do what you can do that day. So what's the idea? 5:16, which is the first letter and the last letter, the gematria, the first and the last letter, is the exact gematria of maspik po alam. That their po'ula, their maisa, their action, without the malacha, without finishing the job, that is maspik, that's enough. HaKadosh Baruch Hu tells you, I want each day for you to do what you can today, do what you can with what you have, because what you have is plenty. Thank you so much for listening. All the best. Have a wonderful day. Be'ez Hashem, we should all be zeicha to fulfill our purpose in life in this tremendous, beautiful bria that HaKadosh Baruch Hu made with siyata d'shmaya and amuna and simcha.